This video tutorial has been prepared by St Columba's Roman Catholic High School, Dunfermline, and it is designed to help staff create a model of effective feedback which can be used with Microsoft Teams auto-marked quizzes. This lesson aims to be successful in 3 ways. You will be able to make an assignment, add automatic feedback, and assign the assignment to a team. Following our skills framework, it could be argued that we are using both creativity by designing new quizzes and leadership by being industry leading. This video primarily looks at digital skills. Firstly, it is worth noting that you can also make assignments with OneNote, Word, PowerPoint, and other software titles. But because most of our students are using Teams on their mobile phone, then submitting work via a quiz is much easier, and it can also be marked by the system. A quiz assignment in Teams is made using Microsoft Forms. You can access Forms in a number of ways. I will show you the direct Teams route and then the Glow Office 365 route. Firstly, choose a team as shown by the red box. Then click on the Assignments tab at the top of the page. Follow this with a click on the Create button. Then choose Quiz from the pop-up menu. Click on New Form. Later you will see that this is also the screen you select and assign an assignment from. If you have never been on Forms before, or if you're using a device for the first time, this window will open. Click on Get Started. Sign in using your Glow login details. The second way to Microsoft Forms is via your Glow account and opening Office 365. Once Office 365 opens, select Forms. In Microsoft Forms, make sure you are in My Forms and select New Quiz. This will open a new quiz window, and now you need to start creating. Notice that as soon as you change or add anything, this is automatically saved, and you can change it at any time. To give the quiz a title and a description, click in the area labelled Untitled Quiz. Give the quiz a title, but make sure it's something clear and precise. As the number of your quizzes increases, you'll want to make finding it easy. You can group your quizzes into year groups and units, but this is something we can show you later. An obvious format is year group followed by time schedule. For example, in this case, week 2, period 1 of lockdown, and the topic name. As soon as you enter the details, you'll notice the quiz is automatically saved as this title. The description is entirely up to the individual teacher, but remember, this is your opportunity to give instructions to the class. You can add an image to make the quiz look nice. To do this, click on the image logo, as seen in the red square. When you click on the image logo, the following dialog box appears on the right-hand side. You need to instruct Microsoft Forms where to find the image that you want. The most likely option is to upload. The image will appear in a small format above the quiz title. A word of warning though, this image will be small and is difficult to see on a mobile phone. Therefore, it should probably only be used as a header, rather than anything with instructions. To begin making the questions, you need to click on Add New. Because most of our pupils will access these quizzes on mobile phones, and due to feedback that we have received directly from pupils, it is better for you to make your quizzes in small sections. Otherwise, if your quiz has 20 questions, the pupils need to scroll a lot on their small screen. In sections, the pupils can answer the 4 or 5 questions that you give them, and then click on Next to move to the next section. To add new sections, click on this arrow to get a drop-down menu. You should then select Section. In this area, you enter a section title and a description. For example, how many questions are in this section. You can even add an image or a video by clicking on the image logo in the top right corner. The video can be something you already have in your Files tab of your team, or a direct link to YouTube or other video sites. You could even download the video and save it into your own department YouTube channel so that you always have it. To begin making the questions, you need to click on Add New again. To do this, the Microsoft form will ask you what you want to add. These types of questions can be played around with to discover all of the possibilities, but the two most obvious types of questions are going to be choice for a multiple choice quiz and text for a written answer. As we are looking at how to make a quiz that auto marks and gives auto feedback, we need to create a multiple choice quiz. Begin the quiz with your first question. The quiz will automatically default to having 2 options for your answers, but you can add as many as you like. To add more, click on Add option. And this is an example with 6 options. If you want the quiz to auto mark, you need to give it a total score, which means each question needs a value. Enter the value in the white window named Points. All valid questions in the quiz need to be made required, and once you set a question to a particular number of points and make it required, the following questions that you add will automatically have the same points and be set to required as default. Next, you need to add in the possible answers. And then you need to make sure you click on the green tick to the right of the answer, so that the form knows which is the correct answer. By default, the quiz is set to have a single answer, and the pupils will have a circle to click in. But you can choose to have multiple answers, and the pupils will then have a square box on the left-hand side of each answer. The biggest issue is that when you make a question with multiple answers, the pupils can select as many answers as they like, even all the answers. So you need to be specific in the question and direct the pupils to select 2 or 3 answers. And then make sure that you click on the green tick to the right of all of the correct answers, so that the form knows which answers are correct. You can also display the answers to the pupils in different formats. The easiest one to use is Dropdown, which presents answers in a menu format for the pupils to select one. To select this, you need to click on the 3 grey dots to the right of Required, and then drop down from the choices. This option also shuffles the answers. You can also have quizzes that go in different directions based on the answers of individual pupils. To do this, you would need to select Add Branching from the same choices where you chose Dropdown. This is not an option that we have successfully launched with a class yet, but as long as you keep the sections equal in points, then this should still work as an auto mark and auto feedback quiz. It is something that I will cover in a future video. So let's assume that you've created the quiz. The next thing to do is to assign it. Once I've shown you this, I will show you what a pupil sees when completing the quiz and what they get back from an auto-marked quiz. To assign the quiz as instructed before, go into the team and select Assignments from the top tabs. Then click on the Create button. Then choose Quiz from the pop-up menu. Then select the quiz you wish to assign. The following window opens. From experience, make sure the blue line below the attached quiz loads fully over to the right-hand side before doing any further work. If this doesn't happen, the quiz will not assign correctly and the pupils will have an empty assignment. Once it is fully loaded, you can start to amend the rest of the assignment details. The quiz will automatically assign to the whole team that you are currently in, unless you make changes under the title Assign To. By clicking on the small image of a person, you can choose who in the team to assign the quiz to. When you select this image, a window will appear asking you to choose the individuals in the team that you wish to assign the quiz to. In this example, I've removed the pupil names, but their initials are still there on the left-hand side. This is a good option to have if you have a pupil who have missed a piece of work, or if a pupil asks to do the quiz again for study purposes. If you want to assign the quiz to a multitude of classes, then you can click on this image and select all the teams you wish. The Assign To box will then show all the teams that you have selected. Now we need to consider our scheduling, and there are 3 dates that you need to consider. The quiz will automatically post immediately and be due for the following day at midnight, unless you click on the word Edit at the bottom of this window. From here, you will be able to set a scheduled date to assign, set a due date, and set a close date. In this window, you can set all 3 dates and times. Unless you want the assignment to post immediately, you need to tick the box to the left of the title, Schedule to assign in the future. Then click on the calendar image and choose a date. Then click on the image of the clock and set the time. The due date is set in the same manner and is basically the date and the time that you wish the work to be handed in for. The third date is the close date, and without it the assignment would automatically allow late hand-ins. For most quizzes, we leave this date empty. If your assignment is to officially record SQA assessments, then you'll probably want to set a close date. You do this in the same way as before, making sure that the box to the left of close date is ticked. Just be aware by doing this, the pupil will have no access to this quiz after this date and time. Once all of these dates have been completed and you are happy with them, you can click on Schedule. When you click Schedule, Teams will bring you back to the Assignment tab and you will see the quiz there under Assigned. Let's look at what a pupil sees when they do a quiz. All of these images are if the quiz is completed on a desktop computer. The view may be slightly different from a mobile phone. A pupil can access their assignment through the Post tab of their team or the Assignments tab. When they click on View Assignment, they will be taken to the next screen. They then need to click on the form to be able to access the assignment. They then answer the questions. Once they are happy with all of their answers, they should click on Submit. If the quiz was set up as per this video as an auto-mark quiz, once the pupil has submitted their answers, they can view the results. If the teacher does not complete auto-feedback comments, the pupil's only feedback will be if they got the question correct or incorrect. And we all know that that isn't effective feedback. So how can auto-mark multiple choice quizzes be used as effective feedback? Effective feedback can be in the form of comments, and this needs to be entered into every answer in the quiz. When you hover your mouse over the options to the right of the answers, you get 3 symbols. We have already used the green tick for inserting the correct answer, and along with the waste bin for removing the possible answer, you can see a speech bubble. You need to insert a message to all pupils who select this answer. If it is the correct answer, then it is good to congratulate them and explain the point a little further. If it is one of the incorrect answers, then saying incorrect followed by an explanation of why they might have chosen the wrong answer, and then followed by the same info in the correct answer message. It is important to understand that the pupil will only see the message associated with the option that they have selected, so you need to give them the correct answer and an explanation. When you provide these messages, the pupil can automatically learn from the mistakes they make. Without the feedback, they are just learning that they are wrong. The entry of all of this feedback can take time, but because it is so effective, and because it can be used over and over again, and most importantly, because you don't have to type individual feedback to each pupil about each question, you can save time in the long run, over many years. When the pupils return to the Assignments tab, they will see that they have completed all of the assigned tasks. They can also view all of their scores by clicking on the Grades tab. I hope that this video tutorial has been beneficial and it helps you in the future. Look out for further tutorials coming soon.